Hi, I'm going to read you something taken from my book, Whispers from Within. In my book, there's all kinds of stuff from poetry to just stuff that was in like a journal I did from like a diary. Sometimes I would just to help release stuff because I was so isolated and I was so alone, and I was often really frightened. So sometimes just doing something, and so things would come to me, and I would just write them down, and that might, sometimes it would be quite a lot of stuff I might write. A lot of it was never going to be used, but I found that sometimes it was helpful just to relieve some of the stress and some of the worry, or just to cope with being afraid or scared. And one time, a good few years ago, I was feeling quite low, and words come into my head, and the words that came into my head was, as sometimes you do when you're really low. I felt and just thought, what's the point? It's just sometimes you just do things and things keep happening, and you hear yourself saying that. And it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, couldn't sleep, and so I got up, got my notepad, and I was just going to write down, what's the point? And just be like really negative and just say how I felt really, and then that was it. But I ended up writing something quite positive, and I'm going to read it to you now. It's called What's the Point? I lay here in bed after all these years in pain, with tears, traumatised. Some of the pain is needless. 38 years of abuse. It's not stopped yet. What's the point, you have to ask, when you are at an end or seem to be? But the question isn't asked. It, like the flashbacks or memories through them, visits you. What's the point? You battle with it. Often you can't seem to tell the truth and answer it. It's like sometimes you lie to get by. Maybe if things improve, you can ask what's the point, and you can have an answer, and on you go forward. But I've been there too. What's the point? Tears welling up in my eyes. I fear I know the answer. So much pain, so alone, so much victimized, so much wrong. What's the point? An answer is in me. I know it's not good. It's like a silent answer, one that wells up more tears. But the denial of the answer right now keeps me safe. Can so many for so long be all wrong? Hey, another question, reasoning the unreasonable. Can I be so wrong to believe they use me and it is wrong? Why do so many not act when they know? They are so absent. They believe those that hurt us, the lies, the mistruths, the half-truths. What's the point? I keep fighting it in them, but where does it get me? Back here again. What's the point? But here's another question I ask and know the answer to. What else is there if I don't? Oh, it could be worse. It's all hard to live with, exist with. But if I don't fight it in them, how could I live with it? I couldn't. What's the point? No, fight it with. What else is there? That's the point. I hope it keeps you safe too.